Okay, hold on, let me check. Stream started. We're good. I need to set something here. Actually, let me stop. Fuck it, I'll keep it running. Hang on. Streaming good. Okay, those of you that are just joining us in the stream, this is FOXHOLE. It's available on Steam right now for 20 bucks. It's in early access, alpha mode, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's pretty relatively bug-free. In the course of a 20-hour match, you only encounter bugs every once in a while. We're spawning in on the Fox 4 server. It's the Deadlands map. It's a pretty fun map, and we're getting ready to fight as the Colonials against the Wardens. We start here at our initial depot here at Sun's Hollow, and our objective is to take all the towns on the map all the way up to Callahan's Gate. If we're super ninja, we'll actually capture Callahan's Gate before the end of the map and hopefully force them to somewhere like the Spine or Iron's End. We've done that a couple times.
Ward. We'll go to
basically what I do in this map is we set up a little interesting basic training area for the new guys who are new to the game. I've got some of my own guys working on that right now. We're gonna start getting people in and set this up. So let me see here if I can get some people to start.
I'm gonna go run up to the fuel depot. Get these things loaded with fuel.
We've got an officer cadet here. I'm a second lieutenant now, by the way. We've got an officer cadet here who seems like he's giving good instructions. They've got 3 CVs going. They're gonna go capture town halls. They'll probably capture salt farms, abandoned ward, and liberation point with those, and hopefully they get Brian Glenn as well. Here we go. Abandoned ward. Oh, they're gonna avoid salt farms because we should be able to get that relatively easy. That's pretty smart. So he's gonna try and take Liberation Point, Crossroads, Callahan's Boot, and then once he gets Callahan's Boot, I guess he's gonna try to move the CVs from Abandoned Ward and Liberation Point to salt farms and Bryan again. That'll give us a huge advantage on the map. We'll have one more town than the Wardens. We'll have a foothold at Callahan's Boot, and it'll be pretty good. Dollars to donuts. We won't get Callahan's Boot in time. The Wardens usually get it if they're quick enough, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's what I love about this map. The strategery and all that stuff is pretty cool, and takes a little bit of strategy to actually win a map, coordinate everything, and get it done. Do we got new players coming in? So any new players that are coming in, if you've got less than about, I don't know, 40 hours logged into the game, you take a moment behind this town hall. We have a basic training area set up. I'm going to give some quick lessons on some stuff you probably didn't know actually affects your gameplay. We're streaming it right now. It'll be available on YouTube afterwards. So please take a moment to hop back behind there. We're going to set up the basic training area, and hopefully you guys learned something from this. If not, hopefully you had some fun listening to me talk and it was entertaining. I'll tab it out. What's up?
Okay.
What's up? What's up? What's up? You said, I'm kind of confused.
I'm talking to yeah, so I'm talking to the doctor.
Oh.
Just as we're building this stuff up. Oh, I think that's everything. I'll get it smoked. Do you want me to get HEs then?
Yeah, go ahead and get some HEs and smoke if it's available. I'm gonna post on the FOXHOLE Discord while we're doing this, so people know I'm the creative stream plug.
Why would you send 3 CVs to the same freaking place?
They're not sending 3 CVs. This is 3 CVs to different areas. One to Liberation Point.
Look at Moreps. All CVs should be going to Liberation Point.
fucking mortar team.
Nice. Okay, coming back into the game. What we got going on? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're... Ooh, a lot of talking going on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the game and you've got less than about 40 hours or so, please take a moment, head over behind the town hall. We're setting up a basic training area to give you guys some quick lessons on how to play the game. Hopefully some things that you didn't know actually affect your gameplay, and hopefully it helps you and helps us win the match. Hold on, clear comms for a bit. So I don't know how many of you guys were on the Warden side before, or how many of you guys were on the Colonials at the end of the last match, but we offered this to our newer guys at the beginning of the last match, and it definitely helped us out in the first few hours where those new guys were actually playing. I felt like they were a lot more combat effective than the enemy team, their privates and their corporals and their unranked members and what they were doing. So yeah, if you got some time, it's going to take about 3, maybe 5 more minutes for us to get set up, and once we get enough people, it takes about 15 minutes in total to run through. It's going to be behind the town hall right here, straight to the east. There's some sandbags set up. Head over there. Trust me, it'll be worth your time, and it will be available on YouTube. I'm streaming live now, and if you want to look on YouTube, you just look up my name, and the video will be on there for you to catch later. Share with your friends. Say, hey, I played this game, and check this out, and this is how you play it. And it gives them a head start and a jump on everybody else. So go ahead, head over to that tree over there behind the town hall, and Twisted will get you situated.
Go get me a big old truck.
So we think.
All right, back. Colonial truck.
We'll get started.
What we got going on?
Getting BMAT in, that's good.
Smile's taking over. Smile's taking over.
More go!
Hey, topping you, Conan and M7 Ahmad. Looks like you've been around a little bit for a couple matches, M7, but if you guys have about 40 hours or less in the game, I invite you to attend a quick basic training class that we're going to hold here behind the town hall in a few minutes. In general, these classes help our team win. They help our new players, and they even show some of our veteran players some things they didn't know you could do in this game that actually help benefit your team play, your gameplay, how you deal with defenses, and how you shoot, move, and communicate on the battlefield. It'll take about 15 minutes to run through, so if you got the time, head behind this building right here, and we'll get started pretty soon once we get enough people to go. I'm gonna go grab some water before we start this.
Okay.
I think I'm going on 20 hours playing. This is our second map. Hey, YouTube. So we're getting ready to start some basic training for these guys. I've been talking to them in-game. I've got Discord going. Hopefully when I'm talking, you can't hear other people screaming and yelling and crazy stuff. You might be able to hear them a little bit. I got an issue with my headset that somehow my microphone's still picking some of it up. So yeah. There is a bug in game when you run up on somebody that's been talking for a while. You get this rapid speech, this rapid rabbit style chipmunk speech going on, but they're working through it. It is an alpha build. It is early access on Steam. It's $20. It's a lot of fun. It's fun enough for me to not want to do anything else but play this game for all my available free time while I'm not at home like I am right now. So it's a lot of fun. So here we go. We got some guys coming here. Oops, we lost one. And he's back. Look at that. Okay, we got 2 more people coming up. We got 2 more people coming up. Hey, keyboard, keep going. And no, come back, dude. No, okay. Our W leg. I like that. On and Okay, I'm not going to say that on my stream. So, you guys, if you haven't been playing this game for more than 40 hours, I really invite you to go behind the town hall. I'm about to start a training session. If you go behind this building, it's going to take about 15 minutes to run through, but I hope it'll show you to do some stuff you didn't even know you could do in this game, and it's going to help you win this battle. Hang on a second. I got someone talking to me on TeamSpeak, and I'll be right back. It's not on TeamSpeak. Is someone talking to me on Discord?
Yeah, what server are we in?
Hey, Wobble, Fox 4. We're Colonials as always. Hop in.
Hold on, I know how that happened. I know how that went last time.
And clear comms. I'm doing the training session. I'm streaming as well. Check my channel on YouTube or on Discord.
We fought the last war.
Were you guys wardens on the last server?
Alright, I will.
The last match? Nice. Okay, I guess this is enough. It's not as many as I wanted. How many people we got? We've only got 35 colonials, so this is up to you guys here. If you want to wait a little bit longer and see if we can get more people, we can wait a little bit longer to get more people. But if you want to get started so you can get up to the battle and start doing stuff sooner, we can start pretty much right now or in like a minute or two. It's up to you guys. Let me know. Okay, let me check in front of the town hall, and I'll be right there. Hey, Butters and Denholm, if you can, I got a really cool training session for you guys to attend. If you come over here behind the town hall, if you can hear me, please follow me. Butters, please follow me. Denholm, follow me. Come here. We got one more. Okay. Hey, Denholm, go ahead and hop in this little bunker right here that we've built, this set of foxholes. All right, hey, guys, my name is Adron. I'm from a gaming community called Fist of the Empire. You can look us up on the Googs. I'm also streaming this live, so if you want to give a shout-out to your mom, go ahead and get it over with now. Okay. No, someone always wants to do it. So, yeah, so... let's check this out. You can look me up on YouTube, Adron_FOE, or just Adron space FOE. You'll find me. So let's get this started. So this game is a really cool game. I've been playing this. I've got like probably 200 hours logged at this point. It's a lot of fun. This is my basic training that I give to people at the start of every match. Twisted and Darken and I get this all together, and we hope that it helps you learn some things and helps you play better than a lot of other new people that join this game and get confused. So give me 1 second. I just got interrupted. Give me 1 second, and I'll get to this. Hey, oh shoot. Thork, I'm actually giving a training session live on YouTube right now. If you want to hop in FOXHOLE, we're getting ready to go. All right, I'll see you in a bit.
Wait, you're training these people? Wait, am I training them too?
No, I am. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. I got interrupted. I'm terribly sorry. Okay, so here's the intro that I give everybody. This is a game about team play. No matter what you do in this game by yourself, it's not going to accomplish very much. Keep that in...
Stop speaking. You're robotic at the moment.
Okay, tell me when I'm done. Sorry, I was roboting. Let's give it a second to catch up. Is it better? Okay, I think I'm good now. So whatever you do, this is a game about team play. One person is never going to make that much of a difference in the battlefield. And for those of you that were in this last match, that map lasted for 20 hours. So for 20 hours, people were fighting. And if I remember looking at took a look at the Discord server real quick, the war correspondent said that there were almost 3,000 deaths on the enemy side and about 2,000 deaths on our side during that match. So
Adrian, wait till you're told you're still roboting.
I'm still roboting?
It's caught up now. It's finally caught up.
You're not roboting for me.
Okay, it's just you, Darken. It's just Darken. Okay. So think about that. You're 30 to 1 KD ratio in this map. If you only play for an hour and get like 60 or 100 kills, that's a drop in the bucket. That's nothing. You know, so don't just go run out there think you're the awesome shooter, that you're going to do something and it's going to win the map and where it's going to be over in an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. It ain't happening. The fastest I've ever seen a map one that I've been on was like 4.5, almost 5 hours. The longest I've seen one go that I've actually played on was, I think, 32 hours. I actually logged off, went to sleep, woke up, went to work, came back from work, and the match was still going. So let that sink in for a second. These matches last a long time. That means take your time in what you're doing. Don't just run there, shoot, 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 and die. Think about what you're doing. Play as a team and make the effort to work like that. Because at the end of the day, this is a long game. It's not a quick 30-minute, 1 hour thing. It doesn't mean you can't have fun for 30 minutes and 1 hour. It just means the actual battle that involves all this teamwork lasts a lot longer than just 30 minutes or 1 hour. It's more like 20. On average, it's probably around 20, 18 to 20. So that said, whoa. Whoa. I'm actually catching all the darkened speech from like 5 minutes ago. That's weird. So if you guys go ahead and press your number 2, you're going to pull out your pistol. There we go. Press R. That's how you reload. Now, in this game, you hold down your right mouse button to aim. Everyone hold down your right mouse button and point at something. Try not to point at your buddy. Okay, if you notice these crosshairs that are on top of your little dot, those crosshairs, they're kind of far apart from your dot. And if you move around and move your mouse, they get a little bit farther apart. Here's something I see somebody do. They do this in Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, Battlefield all the time. They strafe shoot. They shoot and they strafe and they move back and forth like I'm moving right now. Don't do that in this game. Please don't do that in this game. If you come up to anyone that knows what they're doing in this game, you're just making it easier for them to hit you. One, you're suffering a aim penalty when you're moving like that. Two, anybody that's good is just going to be able to hit you because they're going to predict where you're going. I can see everywhere you're moving because I'm looking like on top of you. This isn't like, it's not hard to figure that out. It's a little bit harder to do that when you're looking straight at somebody. In addition to that, there's different positions you could go into to shoot in this game. So if you hit the C button, you're going to crouch. Now while you're holding the right mouse button, go ahead and hit C. Watch those little crosshairs get closer to you. Watch those little crosshairs get closer to you or get closer to the dot. So that means you actually have a 5 to 15% aiming bonus and a 5% dodge bonus while you're in there. So anything that's being shot at you, you get a native 5% dodge bonus. On top of that, if you go hit X and go into the prone, you have a 70% increased accuracy at anything you're shooting at and a 20% native dodge bonus. So if something was supposed to hit you, 1/4 of the time it's just going to miss you as long as you're in this position. Hold 1 second. Fox 4, we are colonials. And I'm right behind the town hall that you're going to spawn at. And the Discord server, shit, hang on. I'll get you later on that. Okay, sorry. So keep that in mind while you're trying to shoot at the enemy and while you're trying to do stuff. Don't just be running and shooting. Don't be running and strafing and shooting. All right. The moment you see the enemy, and this is basic military stuff. The moment you see the enemy, you face them and you drop down into the prone. You drop down into the prone immediately. I need to mute my TeamSpeak. Hold on. Okay. You can crouch. You can crouch and you move, but keep in mind that while you're moving, you are suffering an aiming penalty. Okay, so there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with chasing somebody and shooting at them a little bit. I do it all the time. But if you don't need to chase somebody or you don't need to move to cover or move to concealment, like literally the first thing you do when someone shoots at you, face them, hit X, and start returning fire. They're gonna miss you way more than you than you miss them. So chances are, if it's one person, you're going to survive that firefight just by doing those simple things, and you're going to kill them in 1 or 2 shots. Okay. So that's pretty much it for shooting. Next thing I want to teach you about, and I mentioned it just briefly, it's cover and concealment. There's 2 things, the Soviet, you're hot micing. So there's 2 things you need to keep in mind, cover and concealment. Concealment is hiding from the enemy. It doesn't provide you any sort of protection from any bullets that are incoming. So you see in this bush, you can't see me. I'm kind of a shadow or a highlighted area right now. The enemy is probably not going to be able to see me as long as I'm in this bush, not moving and not shooting. All right, so keep that in mind. Same thing if you're run into a tree or hide behind an object, line of sight is a thing. So if I'm in here, I can't see anything that's on the other side of it, nor can anybody see me. Same thing with these sandbags. If you hop inside these sandbags and you go prone, anybody outside those sandbags, you just disappeared. Okay? Anybody inside the sandbags might see you, but on the outside, you disappeared. Same thing for them. They disappear to you. Line of sight is a real thing. You can be very close to the enemy and still hide from them with concealment. Cover is a little bit different. These sandbags are a good example of cover. Okay, when someone's shooting at you, if you're crouched behind those sandbags are going to block the majority of the hits that would have actually hit you. That's considered cover. It's actually protecting you and it's blocking stuff that's supposed to be hitting you. That tree stump or that corner of the building, they provide you partial cover. Get behind them, return fire from there. Okay, those are great places to go. All right, so keep that in mind as you're playing the game, but keep in mind also it's a little bit funky on the line of sight. If I'm in a bush, I'm going to have a hard time seeing things that are outside of the bush if I'm not slightly outside of it as well. Another thing about combat that I want to talk to you guys about is ammo conservation and gear retrieval. In this game, there's a huge logistics aspect. You've got gatherers and crafters and delivery people. Your crafters called your quartermaster. We call the delivery people the logisticians. These guys are spending not just a couple minutes. You're talking tens of minutes to half an hour to gather and deliver, craft and deliver these crates of weapons and stuff that are getting to the front battlefield that you can actually use. So when you're drawing stuff out from a town hall or from a forward operating base or an outpost like we call it, take only the bare minimum that you think you need for that battle. Don't pull out a rifle and take 10 clips of ammunition and 5 grenades with you. Chances are you're going to die before you use a quarter of that. So don't do that. Take one rifle, take 3 magazines of ammo, and load your rifle so you have 2 magazines left, and maybe 1 grenade or 1 smoke or 1 med kit, and that's it. That's all you really need, okay? Because chances are, if you're successful, you're killing the enemy. And what should you be doing? You should be retrieving the things off the enemies you killed so you can turn around and use it against them. And think about that for a second. All that time that the enemy team just spent gathering, crafting, and delivering those resources, that enemy infantry guy that's a really bad player, all he did is spend 5 minutes delivering it to you. Make them work for you. Keep that in mind. When you're winning and you're pushing the enemy back, pick up their stuff and get it back to a box or get it back to the town hall so you don't have to keep wasting your time crafting stuff that you really don't need because you're killing it and killing the enemy and you're getting it from them. The next thing I want to talk about is ammo conservation while you're shooting. Heavy machine guns and submachine guns suffer an aiming penalty the longer you shoot. Okay, so anytime you're shooting an automatic rifle, just shoot for 3 to 5 bullet shots. Stop, wait a couple seconds or wait a full second, and then resume 3 to 5 shots. Because if you don't do that, you suffer an aiming penalty and you're going to blow through all your ammunition before you actually make a difference with your weapon. Your weapon can suppress the enemy and it can suppress these automatic turrets that we're going to talk about later. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is proper weapon types. Okay, we've got mortars and RPGs and howitzers that are in this game, but they actually have something they're useful for. Okay, if you're on a mortar team or you're firing a howitzer, if you're on a mortar team and or a howitzer, don't waste your mortar on one person. Don't waste your howitzer on trying to hit a vehicle. You're not going to hit them with those. That's not what those are for. Those artillery pieces and those mortar pieces are for destroying static defenses. Things that are standing still that you can destroy in a couple shots. Like this foxhole that is over here or this pillbox that's further ahead of us. Okay? So on top of that, hey guys, on top of that, RPGs are another thing I want to talk about. RPGs should probably only be used for vehicles. That's what they're intended for. Don't use an RPG on trying to kill people. And don't use an RPG on trying to kill a foxhole. It's a waste of resources. You can kill that foxhole with 2 HE grenades that cost 1/4 of the resources that single RPG round costed. So keep that in mind when you're doing that and playing this game. So that's all I got about actual combat. We're going to go into how to deal with defenses, and then we'll go into buildings. So right here, yes, Soviet.
Are these guys ready to go? We need some guys over at Abandoned War. Maybe you can teach them there. Town hall there, maybe.
I'll be done in like 5 minutes, dude. We've already set up here. I need everything that's set up here to show them. So this foxhole that's straight ahead of me, all right, it will automatically start shooting you as long as it's connected with a tunnel network to a town hall. All right, there's ways to get around something like that. Okay, and Darkin's going to show you that. The first way is to smoke it out. So Darkin, go ahead. So I'm going to actually do something. If you hit V, if you hit V, you get a little menu and you can drop a pointer. So I'm going to show like if we're in combat, I'm going to show Darkin where I want that pointer to go. I'm going to tell Darkin I want him to throw smoke right there. He's going to throw smoke right there, and in about 3 seconds, that smoke's going to fill up, and that grenade's going to disappear. When you see that grenade disappear, you can go into it, and that foxhole can't shoot at you. At that point, it takes 2 to 3 HE grenades to actually destroy that foxhole. You can get close enough, you can throw those HE grenades on that foxhole and destroy it, and you won't get shot at all. Same thing for a pillbox right here. Right in front of me is a pillbox. Okay, this pillbox has a 90-degree firing angle, so 45 degrees to either side, it can shoot at you. Do the same thing. Smoke it out. It takes 7 HE rounds to destroy one. If you hit properly, maybe 8 if you miss one. Okay, so you smoke it out, you get up close enough, you throw the HE on it. It's going to take a couple smoke grenades to get that off. But there's an extra trick to this, and as soon as that smoke clears, Darkin's going to show you. If you can get behind one of those, because they can only shoot at a 90-degree angle in front of you, if you can get behind it, man, that smoke takes forever. If you can get behind it, you can actually build, for 10 basic materials, a set of sandbags in front of it. Once those sandbags are built, it cannot see anybody that's in front of it, and therefore it cannot shoot them. However, I would not try to stand on top of the sandbags. No, you get behind it, and then you put the sandbags in front of it, just like that. So if you were the enemy, you could run all up in here and it would never be able to hit you. I wouldn't try jumping up on the sandbags. It might start shooting at you, but over here, it won't hit you and it won't shoot you. And basically, you don't have to waste any HE on it. You don't have to waste any smoke on it, unless you had to use smoke to get your guy over there. And you definitely don't have to waste mortar rounds or artillery rounds on it, because now it's effectively ineffective. So there's one more thing. There's something called Suppressive Fire. If you have a heavy machine gun or a couple guys with submachine guns, you can actually keep shooting at these things, and they will slow down their rate of fire or completely stop shooting back at you. And so if you don't have smoke, you can do that with a heavy machine gun while your guy runs up there and throws HE grenades on it. But don't waste frag grenades on these things. It doesn't do a lot of damage. You need HE to destroy these. The last thing I want to talk about is pop-up turrets. We don't have one here. Darkin, drop one down. Drop a pop-up turret down. These pop-up turrets, okay, they're like a lot of these other objects. They have a front toward enemy arrow when you build them, so make sure you pay attention to that. But what's important is they have a very narrow angle of fire in front of them, and they will pop up and start shooting at you. You cannot destroy them unless they're popped up. So you actually have to do what I call, I can't say it on here because it's a swear word, but you actually have to play a little game with them to get them to pop up and run away, so another person can actually HE them and blow them up. And it takes about 3, maybe 4 of them to destroy them. But if you start throwing HE or trying to hit them with mortars while they're closed and not popped up, you're not going to do any damage to them at all. So don't waste your time with that. So the last thing about the buildings is the front toward enemy. Every one of these buildings that you build, that if it has an angle of fire, it actually has an arrow on it to include fences. So pay very close attention to that arrow. That arrow means front towards enemy. Always point it in the direction where you expect the enemy to be. And the reason is, especially with the fences, if you upgrade that fence to a tier 4 fence, 3 tier 4 fences make a big fence with a big bunker in front of it, kind of like the bunkers on Normandy Beach that you see in the movies from World War I. Those bunkers will start shooting at the enemy. So So if you're a new guy and you build a fence and you walk away and some other people upgrade that fence and you accidentally pointed that arrow towards you, that bunker is entirely useless because it's pointing at you. What's worse, the enemy can jump into the entrance from the other side and now shoot at you inside your walls. I've seen it happen. It's absolutely terrible, but funny at the same time. That's pretty much it I have for the buildings. The other thing I want to cover with the buildings, you got watchtowers. Watchtowers provide you vision with radios on the map. If the watchtowers are active, don't panic about that. It just means someone's inside the radius of the watchtower. It doesn't mean it's being attacked. It doesn't mean they're attacking. It just means somebody's there. So that's all it's an indicator of. And then materials that you use for these buildings, they're basic materials. RMATs are reinforced materials, and EMATs are explosive materials. Do not ever put these materials inside of a town hall or a forward operating base. Put these materials in a box because it takes you 30 minutes to gather them. The amount of materials you gather in 30 minutes, it takes us 30 minutes to pull them out of the town hall. If you put us in a box, it takes us 2 seconds to right-click them and put them in our inventory. So don't ever, ever, ever submit those to a town hall or an outpost. Somebody will get very mad if they see that. The very final thing I want to talk about is the roles in this game. So it is a sandbox. You can technically do whatever you want to do, but people usually fall into certain roles. Every team should have one quartermaster and one quartermaster only, and that guy is responsible for listening to what the team needs and crafting it at the workshops. Do not ever run up to a workshop and craft a crate if your team has a quartermaster. So make sure you ask first. If your team doesn't have a quartermaster, fine, do whatever. It's a very disorganized team. But if they do, chances are your quartermaster might yell at you, might be nice and try to tell you why you shouldn't do that. And if he's a jerk, he's just going to shoot you in the head because he's probably had to shoot about 10 other people before you who did the same thing. It gets very frustrating. The next, you had the truck drivers. We call those the logisticians. They're all these guys that are driving through here. They're bringing materials. They're delivering crates. They're transporting people. They don't get a lot of XP for what they're doing. So if they give you a ride or they deliver materials when you really need it, give them a commend. Give them an upvote. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Then you have your frontline guys, your infantry. They're fighting on the front line, and your commanders and your squad leaders. They're trying to lead these guys. Just support those guys. You want to go to the front line, you can ask the team where's the front line, and they'll let you know. And then you also have combat medics and assistant medics. Your combat medics will carry a trauma kit and a med kit. They will not carry a rifle. A good combat medic never carries a rifle. They'll use their pistol. And so that way, if they have their primary equipped, it's the trauma kit. They can resurrect someone faster. They don't have to swap items with their inventory. And then the assistant medic will carry a rifle and just a regular med kit. They can heal you if you're bleeding, but they can't heal you if you're on the ground calling for help. And then you also have your combat engineers. They're the awesome guys that build all these defenses like these over here, these tunnels, this concertina wire, which if you run into, you'll be stuck in here for about 30 seconds before you can ever get out of it, and you'll probably be dead by the time you get out. And that's it for that. So the last thing is if everyone goes ahead and hits F1, this is your player menu, but it also shows you your name, what team you're on, your level, your rank. It shows you how many players are on each team. It also shows you how many commends you have available. Commends are actually really important in this game. It's your way. Commends are basically your way to tell somebody they're doing a good job. Keep doing that. I really like what you're doing, and thank you. Use those commends to tell people they're doing a good job leading. They're doing a good job driving. They helped you out. They rescued you. Or they taught you something you didn't know, like me, Darken, and Twisted are doing right now. Save those. Don't use those on reprimands unless you have a terrible griefer. Thanking somebody is much better than telling somebody to go screw off, in my opinion, which is what a reprimand basically is. And then you also have the kick system, which is that little boot there that's in there. If you have a griefer, or you have a guy that's shooting all your guys, or blowing up your trucks, or trying to block you with obstacles that you don't need, and they won't listen, and they're telling you to go screw yourself or something like that, you have the option to organize a kick vote. You can click that boot, you select the reason, and you say, hey team, we have an issue with this guy. He's killing all of our truck drivers, or he's blowing up our own defenses, and he refuses to listen. Please start kick voting him. And if your team's organized and they agree with you and saying, yeah, that guy's killed 3 trucks already, and we can't get any supplies as a result, he'll get kicked really quick. The first time you get kicked and banned from a server, it's 2 hours. I think the second time it's 3 or 6. Third time's 12, and then it gets even more after that. So if the guy's a griefer, if he gets kicked and banned from a couple times, pretty much he's not going to be able to play the game anymore. And that's kind of how the community polices itself. But do not do this just because someone made you angry. Do not do this because someone accidentally shot you. Hey, it happens. On the last match, I was a spotter for a mortar team. I ended up killing 3 of our own guys because I couldn't tell that they were friendly. We were basically behind enemy lines, hitting the enemy from the back. Our front line pushed up. I thought they were the enemy. I blew up. Well, I didn't. I told my mortar guy to blow up these 3 guys, and they ended up blowing up 3 of the friendly team. We immediately apologized. The team was cool about it, but there are some people that could get upset about that and not understand. It's an accident. Friendly fire happens. We try not to do it, but it does. That's all I have. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. The last thing someone brought something up in Discord, spacing. Okay, there's 2 things that will kill a group of people very quick in this game. It's grenades, gas, and artillery. If you're grouped up like we are right here, if you're grouped up like this, 1 mortar round or 1 lucky grenade will kill all of us. Don't do that. Don't ever group up. Keep your spacing apart from each other, kind of how we're starting to space out here between me, Darken, and Twisted. This is good spacing. 1 grenade's not going to kill all of us, or 1 mortar isn't going to kill all of us. It might wound 1 or 2 of us, but we'll be okay. And then this happens most often when someone's injured. 4 or 5 medics will run up to that guy and try and save his life. That's a grenade. No, that's smoke. Okay. 4 or 5 medics will run up to him and try to save him. Don't. Only 1 medic needs to treat somebody. 2 if he's about to bleed out entirely. Don't let all your medics group up there, because if I'm smart and I'm spotting for mortars, or if I'm smart and I throw a grenade and I know I didn't kill the guy, I'm going to wait 3 seconds and I'm going to throw another one and I'm going to kill 5 medics at one time. So that's pretty much all I have. If anybody has any questions, please ask. I don't know where the front line is right now, but I can tell you if I take a look at the map. So you create a squad by reaching the rank of corporal. Once you reach the rank of corporal, you can actually hit F1, and you have the option to create a squad and start inviting people into your squad as the squad leader. So it looks like, by looking at the map, either the front line is around Callahan's Boot and Brian Glen, or up in Tarsal Pathway, straight north of here at Liberation Point. I don't know what our CVs are doing, but they're not doing very well in getting us town halls. So we actually really need to get into combat and start fighting now. So let's go ahead and get out there. Go, go, go. Start fighting. Again, my name is Adron. I'm from Fist of the Empire. I have a YouTube channel. You can search it, have fun, play the game, and concentrate on teamwork.
Hey, Adron. I was just up by Callahan's Boot, and they're starting to push across the bridge right now.
Okay, get to Callahan's Boot, ladies and gentlemen.
Adrian, you just woke me up.
Hang on a second. All right, what you guys playing? You guys fighting? Where are you guys at?
All the way to the north of that city.
Which one? The spring? The spine? Are we building or are they building it?
No, they were.
Ooh.
There's only like 4.
Alright, now that's all done. What's game plan? You guys
So I got my squad of guys. We're probably gonna try and set up a barracks and eventually a FOB at Mandible Crossroads at Alpha 4 on the map. Yeah, so we'll be able to get in there and start interrupting their logistics. And basically, the way we usually play, we set up some barracks. Shit, I can't hear. Yeah, it's craziness. Yes, I'm on Fox 4. If you want, I can get you guys in the Discord channel so you can talk with the rest of the guys that are working with me that aren't in FOE. Let me toss you guys a link to it.
Child army.
Oh, wait till you hear a 12-year-old telling you to go fuck your mom. It's great.
Oh my god, that's so loud in there. Fuck. spawn back at base. We'll catch up to you, Prey.
Alright, I'm off the road. I'm just off the road in the patch, the overgrown patch.
Hey, if you guys want, that's the Discord server. I've got like another 10 guys working with us, and we've got the quartermaster team on our group of guys that usually play. They're on there, so it's really easy for us to coordinate everything within that Discord server. If you don't mind hopping to there.
Yeah, no worries. Right now I'm giving hand jobs to people that use their stress. Wartime stress.
Push for it.
Speaking of fan jobs,
we've got a fire team. Let's do this.
It's Darcington. Darcington needs a freaking tag. What's going on?
yeah, I just had to re-download everything, but somebody didn't ask for it. Nah, fuck. Alright, bye.
All right, but I'll be in that Discord server arranging the backups shenanigans.
Oh, wait, is this town hall? Yeah, oh, no.
Right,
Well, let's set it as swamp. Hit E instead of swamp one. If they get shirts. If they get shirts, we'll leave. Nice.
Okay, I'm back in here. What's up?
Right, that was good.
Nothing.
Still streaming. Give me a second.
Let me run away from Smile.
He's always yelling.
Have you heard
God, he's a loud quartermaster.
He's always yelling. He's always yelling.
have you heard Raku, by the way?
You what?
Have you heard Raku?
Yeah, he's right around playing his music.
Oh, I hate that crap.
No, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it when he comes into the quartermaster area, and he doesn't do it when he comes up to the front lines.
That's good. Okay.
Mainly because I've asked him not.
We yell at him. Okay, so what the fuck are these? What the hell are these walls?
No idea. There you go.
There he is. There he is. All right, so yeah, let's go do our normal thing. Grab a basic rifle, some ammo. Let's find ourselves some shenanigans and get up there. No, I'm not going to bed. So Alpha 4, are you guys going to bed? If you guys are going to bed, I'll just keep playing. You're not? All right. So actually, if you're not going to bed, Twisted, hang on. Who's on Discord? Tau and Twisted. Fuck it. Hey, Tau and Twisted. I'm gonna make a. Darken, are you going to bed?
I don't know. What are you thinking of doing?
I'm gonna get us on the Fist of the Empire TeamSpeak and probably kill my stream, and we'll just play for funsies with FOE guys.
Play what?
We'll play for funsies with the FOE guys. I'm gonna kill my stream right now.
So where are the FOE guys then?
In TeamSpeak.
Yeah, but where are they? Who are they in here? I can't see it.
No, they're all on TeamSpeak right now.
Yeah, but they're not in the game, are they?
Yeah, they are. They are. There's a lot of them aren't tanked. Just hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and kill my stream. Gonna do some stuff with FOE. I'm unable to do the TeamSpeak and stuff in FOE and the stream at the same time. So good night. Take care. Have fun playing FOXHOLE. I love this game. You should love this game too. Have fun. Adios.